Hello, everyone. Welcome to this review session for practice teaching. I'm Nika Chan Algadingan, a Bachelor of Elementary Education student. In this session, we'll go over key topics to help you prepare for your mock test. Now, let's get started. For Chapter 1, attending face to face or virtual orientation sessions. So, these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve after this session. Okay, so we will dive into the discussion. So, what is teaching internship? Teaching internship is a capstone or culminating learning experience in preparation of future teachers as reflective practitioners and emerging leaders who conduct themselves ethically and professionally. This is a one semester full time teaching internship in basic education. It uses a clinical approach under the guidance of cooperating teacher. So, importance of teaching internship. It enhances knowledge, skills, and dispositions in a real classroom setting, provides hands-on experience in applying teaching theories, prepares interns for diverse learning modalities on campus, online, or blended. It develops critical reflection and personal teaching identity. It also enables interaction with mentors and professionals in the field. So here are the key. During your internship, you will interact with several key figures who will shape your learning experience. You have the cooperating teacher, the head of the cooperating school, the cooperating teacher, your mentor, the college supervisor, the representative from your TI who monitors your progress and provides feedback, and the master teacher or the subject area coordinator. These are just additional resource person for specialized areas. So there are three orientation sessions that are conducted at different levels to ensure you are fully prepared. So the first orientation is the orientation with your college supervisor. The second is your cooperating school head or the principal. Third is the subject area coordinator or cooperating teacher session. Next, we will discuss the legal foundations of teaching internship. So, as future teachers, you must understand the laws governing the profession. Here are the legal documents. We have the RA 7836, the Philippine Teachers Professionalization. This law mandates that all educators must be licensed professionals. We have the RA 10627, Anti-Bullying Act of 2013. This law requires schools to implement anti-bullying policies. It defines different types of bullying, including physical, verbal, and social cyberbullying. The RA 7877, or the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995, this law protects students and teachers from any form of sexual harassment. RA 4670, this law protects the rights and privileges for public school teachers. The CHAD Memorandum Order Number 104 Series of 2017. This outlines the policies and standards for teacher education program and higher education institution. DepEd Order Number 40 Series of 2012. This law ensures that school adopt measures to protect children from abuse, exploitation, and neglect. The DOH Administrative Order Number 2020-0015. So this provides health, safety, and guidelines for school in response to COVID-19. Now we have five phases of teaching internship. We have the orientation session, the observation and building relationship, the on-site task, the final demonstration, accomplishing and exit forms, evaluation of teaching internship. Now chapter 2, we will move on to chapter 2, observation of classes and pre-observation and post-conferences. So these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve after we are we are learning in this chapter. So next. What is classroom observation? It is the process of systematically watching and analyzing classroom activities to improve teaching effectiveness. Okay, so its importance, it allows you to learn from experienced teachers, it enhances your ability to assess effective teaching strategies, it helps you reflect on what works best in different teaching contexts, it gives you insights into classroom routines. It fosters professional growth and confidence before you start teaching independently. Advantages of classroom observation. For practice teachers, you will learn new teaching techniques and strategies. You will gain insights into student engagement and classroom behavior. You will develop classroom management strategies. You will improve lesson planning based on observed best practices. Engage in professional reflection for continuous improvement. For cooperating teachers, you will they will receive fresh perspectives on their teaching practices. They assess their classroom dynamics from observer's point of view, receive constructive feedback from mentees, engage in continuous professional development through mentoring. So we will move on to the focus areas in classroom observation. So we have here the intended learning outcomes, the organization structure of the lesson, classroom management, teaching learning activities, the teaching approaches, methods, and strategies, the instructional materials and resources, the student engagement, the student interaction, questioning techniques, integration of values, modes of assessment, assignments, and we also have the three observation process. We have the pre-observation conference. So this is Koan, before conducting an observation, you will meet with your cooperating teacher to discuss the focus areas of observation. During Next would be the classroom observation. During the actual observation, you will take detailed notes on lesson delivery. And lastly, the post observation conference, you will reflect and discuss with your cooperating teacher. This is an opportunity to share insights and feedback. Next is chapter 3, managing my classroom routines. Okay, so these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve at the end of these sessions. Now, understanding classroom routine. What is a classroom routine? A classroom routine is a well rehearsed response to a teacher's directive. It includes daily procedures that guide students in managing their tasks and behaviors efficiently. Okay, now we have the classroom setup, face to face versus online. So in face to face, these are the organized physical environment with clear movement flow for students. Online setup, these are the structure of an depend that depends on the available technology and environment of the students. No, there are types of online learning structures. We have the fully synchronous, blended learning, fully asynchronous, and modular learning. Now, tips for effective classroom structure. We have here establish rules and expectations on the first day, set high standards and explain their importance, hold students accountable for their behavior, keep rules and clear, simple, be flexible and adaptable. Model discipline and organization. Be prepared and organized for each class. Build the positive teacher image. Now, essential classroom routine. So, face to face, we have beginning of the day. Students must line up properly, taking seats and homeroom activities, participating in discussions, leaving the classroom, ending of day. For online, you for preparing for class, you provide students with meeting codes. Next, communication with parent, establish open communication through emails, calls, or messaging app. Next is joining. During joining virtual class, students should log in at least 5 minutes early and participating in class and leaving the virtual class. So these are the things that you need to consider during online learning classes. Okay. Next is chapter 4. We have the instructional materials. Okay, so what are instructional materials? These are the materials, teaching tools used to support the delivery of the lesson. So these materials help facilitate student learning, understanding, engagement, and retention of key concepts. So these are the non-print materials, print materials, and electronic materials. Now, We also have not all instructional materials are effective. Teachers must evaluate materials carefully based on the following criteria: alignment with learning goals, appropriateness for learners, diversity and perspective, quality and accuracy, encourages higher order thinking skills. Okay. Next is the role of ICT in instructional material. So, it enhances teacher student interaction, it improves comprehension, it provides accessibility and flexibility, it supports collaboration, it reduces paperwork for teachers, it enhances parental involvement. Now, there are also challenges in ICT. So, these are limited accessibility and poor internet connection, lack of teacher training, inadequate technical support. Despite these challenges, proper training and planning can help teachers use ICT effectively in the classroom. Next would be the evaluating the quality of instructional materials. So, a study of Buglardan and others titled How Teachers Judge the Quality of Instructional Materials outlines the following criteria. We have the accuracy and visual appeal, alignment to standards, ease of use, student engagement and differentiation, cultural relevances. So these using these criteria ensures that the instructional materials are effective, reliable, and engaging. Next would be the contextualized. So we also have contextualized learning materials. These are the customized resources tailored to students' backgrounds, culture, and real life experiences. So we have two types of instructional materials. We have the time-tested materials, ICT tools. Now, for the time-tested materials, these are the traditional materials. It is called time-tested because it takes time to create this material. So these are the flashcards, the blackboards, the whiteboards, the chalk markers, the textbooks, the maps, the globes. Despite advancement in technology, traditional materials remain essential for instruction. Next is the ICT-based instructional materials. These are the computers, laptops, tablets, spreadsheets, and etc. Now, the integration of these two allows teachers to create an effective, engaging learning environment. Next would be the chapter 5, designing differentiated class activities. Now, these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve at the end of this session. Differentiated instruction. A classroom is made up of students with different backgrounds, learning needs, and preferences. Now, to create an inclusive and effective learning environment, teachers must recognize these differences and adapt instructional activities accordingly. What is differentiated instruction? According to Carol Ann Tomlinson, it's about giving students multiple options for taking information. It involves modifying lessons to match students' abilities and learning preferences. There are three key components of differentiated instruction. We have the content, what students learn, the process, how students learn, and the product, how students demonstrate learning speeches, reports, and more. We have also advantages and challenges in terms of differentiated instruction. For advantages, it is effective for diverse learners. It promotes responsibility in learning. It encourages multiple learning options. It reduces discipline problems. For challenges, it requires more planning time, resource intensive, and must align with learner stand- standard testing. Okay. Next would be the differentiated strategies for various learning styles. So these are the learning styles. I will not explain one by one because we have already encountered this in the past. I will just say what are these learning styles. So verbal linguistic, these are the word smart, logical mathematical, these are the number smart, interpersonal, or these are the people smart, intrapersonal, these are the self smart students. Musical smart, these are the music smart student. The visual spatial, these are the art smart student. The bodily kinesthetic, these are the body smart student. And the naturalist, these are the nature smart students. Okay, now we will move on to chapter 6. Chapter 6, assisting and participating in school programs and activities. So these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve at the end of this session. Now we will proceed. Now, why are these important? It enhances responsibility, teamwork, and cooperation. It strengthens resourcefulness and skills. It promotes student engagement and holistic development. Okay, so these are the common school programs in DepEd. We have August, Buwan ng Wika, ASEAN Month, National Lang Month. For September, we have Upland Kalusugan sa DepEd. October, World Teachers Day or United Nations Day. For December, we have the Christmas celebrations, January, New Year's activities, National Dental Health Week, Fire Prevention Month, April Holy Week. Roles of a pre-service teacher in school activities. So these are the roles you need to be remember or bear in mind as a practice teacher in the field. Next, we will move on to chapter 7, using assessment practices. Okay, so these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve at the end of this session. What is assessment? Assessment is an integral part of the teaching learning process. It serves multiple functions. It provides insight into student progress performance. It helps teachers adjust teaching. It serves as a basis for providing feedback reinforcement. Assessment is not just about grading, it's a means of guiding and improving both student learning and teaching methods. There are three types of assessment. We have the assessment for learning, the formative, the assessment as learning. It encourages to students self-assess and reflect their learning, and the assessment of learning, which is the summative. Okay. So we have a comparison of assessment types. You can just screenshot that. Next would be, why do we need to use effective assessments? So effective assessment serves multiple purpose beyond measuring achievement. They encourage active learning. They develop critical thinking. They provide timely feedback, and they ensure learning outcomes are met by guiding instruction. Now, as future teachers, your goal is to use assessment not only to measure learning but also enhance it. Also, we all have a role as a practice teacher in assessment. You will assist in the creation of assessment materials. You will design rubrics and scoring guides. You will facilitate student self assessment and reflection. You will check and evaluate student outputs. You will use reflection to improve assessment practices. Now, we will move on to chapter 8. Chapter 8 is about conducting demonstration lessons. So these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve after this session. What is demonstration teaching? Demonstration teaching is a step by step method of presenting a lesson where concept and skills are explained in logical manner. It follows a show and tell approach, allowing students to observe and actively engage in learning process. Okay. Why is it important? And what are the characteristics of good demonstrating teaching? So for a demonstration, for a successful demonstration, teachers must follow a logical and systematic sequence, prioritize student engagement and active participation, clearly communicate the learning outcomes to students, conduct rehearsals, and manage time effectively. Tips for an excellent demonstration lesson. Okay, so in preparing, you need to develop a structured lesson plan with instructional materials. Reproduce observation sheets from evaluators. Rehearse the lesson with time constraints in mind. Okay, during the lesson, you need to wear proper attire and maintain professional grooming. Smile, be confident, maintain eye contact, and modulate your voice. Use varied teaching strategies to keep your students engaged. Next would be the classroom management. Now, for classroom management, have a seat line if you are conducting online classes. Now, begin with classroom routines, prayer greetings, and ensure a safe and interactive learning environment. Okay. Now, steps. These are the steps. First, introduction. Second, development. And third, integration. Okay. So, for the introduction, use attention getters like stories, riddles, songs, word games, and entry passes. For development, sustain interest through panel discussions, graphic organizers, poetry, and infographics. For integration, apply all the real life situation reflection journals, checklists, and value statements. Chapter 9, Assisting Your Covering Teacher in Accomplishing School Forms. So these are the target learning outcomes you will achieve at the end of this session. Now we will dive into what are school forms. Now school forms are the official documents used to record, organize, and manage student and school related data. These documents ensure the accuracy, consistency, and confidentiality information used. So why are these important? Of course, these are important because these are more than just paperworks. They are essential for efficient operations and student progress tracking. We have the types of school forms. We have the beginning of the year forms, during the year forms, end of year forms. So I have here the table. So we have the SF1, the school register, SF2, learners daily class attendance, SF3, these are the books issued return, SF4, you have the summary enrollment and movement of learners, SF5, these are the report and promotion, SF6, this is the summary report and promotion, as of 7, the inventory of personnel. As of 8, the learner basic health profile. As of 9, the learner progress report card. As of 10, the learner's permanent academic record. And the SHS form, this is the new one. This is a customized to fit SHS requirement. Okay, so we have also a role in accomplishing school forms as practice teachers. We will assist in filing out or filling out, organizing school records, ensure accuracy and confidentiality of the student data, submit forms on time following the policies, and learn to use digitized school forms. Okay, chapter 10, building and networking linkages. Now, these are the learning outcomes you will achieve after we are learning this chapter. Okay. Why are networking and linkages important? Networking and linkages help teachers create a supportive learning environment that benefits students, parents, and educators. A strong community partnership leads to better student engagement and academic performance, increased resources and support for schools, improved teacher motivation and job satisfaction, higher program quality and efficiency in education, stronger collaboration and among student stakeholders. So, building relationships within and beyond the school community helps teachers become more effective, resourceful, and adaptable. So, we have here the Philippine Professional Standards for PPST Domain 6 community linkages per professional engagement includes responsive learning environments, building relationships, awareness of education laws and policies, understanding school procedures, and community involvement. Next, we have the professional development activities for teachers. We have the pursuing graduate degrees, enrolling in master's or doctorate programs, attending training seminars and webinars enhancing subject knowledge and teaching strategies, joining professional organization, becoming a member of education focus groups, participating in learning action cells or LAC sessions, conducting in research and writing educational materials, serving as a resource speaker or facilitator, and Republic Act 10912 Continuing Professional Development or CPD of 2016. It is a requirement because For renewing professional identification card, it encourages teachers to upgrade their knowledge and skills through training and specialization because it promotes lifelong learning and ethical professional practice. Our role again as a practice teacher in networking and linkages. So we will assist in parent teacher conferences, we will provide support as a volunteer tutor, engage in professional development activities, and collaborate with fellow educators. Now we will proceed to chapter 11, writing a classroom based action research or CBAR. So these are the target learning outcomes. So we will dive right in into what is classroom based or CBAR. So it is a systematic process of investigating classroom challenges, implementing interventions, and evaluating results to improve teaching and learning. Okay, so unlike traditional research, CBAR is a teacher driven and focuses on practical real world classroom concerns. It allows educators to identify specific problems affecting student learning. Importance of CBAR. So it plays a vital role in enhancing teaching learning process. Here's why it matters. It improves teaching strategies. It enhances student learning outcomes. It promotes reflective teaching. It develops problem solving skills. It bridges theory and practice. Okay. Characteristics of classroom-based action research. So these are the characteristics of these are action-oriented, reflected, evaluative, collaborative, context-based, ongoing, and cyclical. Cyclical. Okay, so CBAR does not end with one study. It's that it is a continuous process of refining and improving educational practices. Okay, so we have the action research follows four-step cycle. We have the plan, act, observe, and reflect. So plan, identifying the problem and creating a research plan. These are what are the challenges present in your classroom. Act, apply your proposed strategy in the classroom. Take note of student reactions and engagement. Observe, gathering, analyzing data. Observe how the student respond to the changes. So you will collect quantitative data, the test scores, gather qualitative data, the student reflections, compare the results before and after the intervention. Now, CBAR is an ongoing process. Teachers refine their strategies until they find most effective solutions. Okay. Next is we will move on to designing my teaching internship portfolio. Okay, so these are the target learning outcomes you will encounter or achieve after this session. So we will dive right into what is a teaching internship portfolio. It's a collection of documents, reflections, and work samples that demonstrates a teacher's professional growth during internship period. It serves multiple purposes. So purpose of teaching internship portfolio, it evaluates coursework quality and academic achievement, tracks learning progress over time, demonstrates skills and acquisition across different subject areas, acts as a capstone project or culminating activity. Okay, so we have the types of portfolio here, the growth portfolio, document portfolio, process portfolio, showcase, project, achievement, the competence portfolio, assessment portfolio, and celebration portfolio. Okay. What is what to conclude in your teaching internship portfolio? We have the lesson plans, teaching demonstration notes, photos, videos of classroom activities, student work samples and evaluations, reflections and self-assessment forms, certificates, awards, and professional records. Okay. Now, for the last chapter, accomplishing my exit and evaluation forms. Okay. As we reach to the final stage of our teaching internship journey, it's time to discuss an important yet often overlooked step, which is the accomplishing my exit evaluation form. So these are the target learning outcomes. Confer with your cooperating teacher regarding required exit forms. Prepare and submit all the exit requirements properly. Ensure all documents are signed and cleared before leaving. Use professional reflection to improve future practices. Why are exit forms important? It ensures accountability. It facilitates smooth transaction. It serves as feedback. By properly accomplishing your exit forms, you demonstrate responsibility, attention to detail, and commitment to professional growth. So, steps in completing the requirements. Step 1, confer with your cooperating teacher of the required forms. Step 2, prepare all the exit documents like clearance forms, evaluation sheets. Step 3, submit the necessary forms. Step 4, obtain signature for clearance. Step 5, express gratitude and appreciation before leaving. That take time to thank your cooperating teachers, students, and school personnel. If possible, prepare certificate of appreciation or small token of gratitude. Step 6, submit your final documents to your teacher, education institution. Now, once all school requirements are complete, submit your final internship report and forms to your university. Now, this would be the end of our review session on the subject practice teaching. As we conclude today's discussion on practice teaching, remember that teaching is not only a profession, it's a lifelong commitment to making a difference. Every lesson you prepare, every challenge you face, every success you celebrate contributes to shaping young minds. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep inspiring. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all success in your teaching journey. And I hope you will get a passing grade or more than just that, or more than just that, to my mock test for practice teaching. Goodbye and thank you.